Hello and welcome to Feel Good Fridays with Pastor Kristin. It is good to see you here today. This weekend, the fourth Sunday of Easter, we are celebrating Good Shepherd Sunday. Every year, no matter which gospel is our primary gospel for the year, the fourth Sunday of Easter is always Good Shepherd Sunday. We hear some version of Jesus saying that he is the Good Shepherd. It is also the day that we will usually hear Psalm 23. This year, we're not going to read that on Sunday, and so I wanted to share that with you today. We all have special attachments to, well, not all, some of us, a lot of us have special attachments to Psalm 23. It's one of the most familiar psalms in Scripture. And there are a couple of reasons that it is special for me. When I was in third grade, my Sunday school teachers were twin sisters, Doris and Dorothy Mishler. And one of the things that they did in Sunday school for us was that in third grade, we were required, as much as you can require in Sunday school, to memorize Psalm 23. And so at that time, I'm pretty sure the version of Scripture that we were using was the Revised Standard Version. So a version before the new Revised Standard Version, which is what we typically use in the ELCA these days. And so the version that I have in my memory is that older version. And I know that we've had lots of conversations recently and some Bible studies and stuff about the different versions of Scripture that are meaningful to us. And some of it is because of the ways that we have originally learned those passages. And so there are those Scripture passages that automatically come to mind and we know them by heart. But then we hear them in a different version and we're like, wait a second, that's not quite how that goes. And I know I often struggle with the new Revised Standard Version or some of the versions of Psalm 23 that we regularly use in worship because they're not that Revised Standard Version that I memorized, that is so familiar to me. And so today I'm going to share it with you with a completely different version that is probably not the version any of us originally learned Psalm 23 from, which is from the Message. And so let me share that with you here from the Message. Psalm 23. God, my shepherd, I don't need a thing. You have bedded me down in lush meadows. You find me quiet pools to drink from. True to your word, you let me catch my breath and send me in the right direction. Even when the way goes through Death Valley, I'm not afraid when you walk at my side. Your trusty shepherd's crook makes me feel secure. You serve me a 6-course dinner right in front of my enemies. You revive my drooping head. My cup brims with blessing. Your beauty and love chase after me every day of my life. I'm back home in the house of God for the rest of my life. And so we have these great words from Scripture. Those last verses are another one of the ways that I am connected to this great psalm. What I memorized it from, the way that I originally memorized it was, surely goodness and mercy will follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever. And that verse also has special meaning for me because years ago when I was youth directing at St. Paul Lutheran in Beloit, it was the morning of the Easter breakfast. I was running around like a chicken with my head cut off. And suddenly I felt like I had someone following behind me. I wasn't quite sure what was going on, but I just got this sense that there was someone behind me. So I turned around, and sure enough, there were 3 people that were following me everywhere I went. One of them was my dad. Another was one of my best friend's moms, Shirley, and the other was my dear friend, Carol. And they just seemed to be following me everywhere I was going. And I finally said, what in the world are you guys doing? Like, I'm trying to make sure that kids are serving coffee and we have eggs where we need eggs and all that kind of stuff. And the 3 of them just looked at me with goofy grins on their faces and said, surely goodness and mercy will follow you all the days of your life. And from that moment, I cannot read Psalm 23 without thinking about Shirley and Carol and my dad. 3 people who have been instrumental to me in my life and especially in my life of faith. And so this psalm not only connects me to God, but it connects me to Doris and Dorothy Mishler. It connects me to Shirley and Carol and my dad, and to so many other people who find hope and peace in this psalm. As I mentioned, this Sunday we celebrate Good Shepherd Sunday. And so if Jesus is our shepherd, that means we are his sheep. And so I have with me today, some of you may remember Babette, our friendly stuffed sheep that occasionally shows up during children's messages on days when we hear stories about Jesus being our shepherd or us being God's sheep. And so today I wanted to share a song with you about us being sheep. And so it's kind of a fun one. I know there's all kinds of, this has been an emotional week for a lot of people. And with the verdict in the Derek Chauvin trial, and all kinds of other things going on this week. And so today we have these promises from Psalm 23, and I just wanted to play a fun song to maybe bring a little joy into our hearts as we think about Good Shepherd Sunday and God being our shepherd, and us being God's sheep. So if you really want to get into this, I invite you to, when it comes that time, to make your own little sheep ears. Unless, like my husband who's watching, you're driving a semi-truck down the freeway, please don't make sheep ears, Stephen. But the rest of you are invited, if you are not doing something that would make it dangerous to put your hands on your head, to make sheep ears as we sing, I Just Want to Be a Sheep. I just want to be a sheep, ba 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 ba. I just want to be a sheep, ba 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 ba. And I pray the Lord my soul to keep. I just want to be a sheep, ba 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 ba. But then there are things that we don't want to be, right? I don't want to be a hypocrite. I don't want to be a hypocrite, 'cause they're not hip with it. I just want to be a sheep, ba 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 ba. I just want to be a sheep, ba 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 ba. I just want to be a sheep, ba 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 ba. And I pray the Lord my soul to keep. I just want to be a sheep, ba 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 ba. I don't want to be a Sadducee. I don't want to be a Sadducee, 'cause they're so sad, you see. I don't want to be a Sadducee. I just want to be a sheep, ba 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 ba. I just want to be a sheep, ba 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 ba. And I pray the Lord my soul to keep. I just want to be a sheep, ba 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 ba. I don't want to be a Pharisee. I don't want to be a Pharisee, 'cause they're not fair, you see. I don't want to be a Pharisee. I just want to be a sheep, ba 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 ba. I just want to be a sheep, ba 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 ba. And I pray the Lord my soul to keep. I just want to be a sheep, ba 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 ba. One more time. I just want to be a sheep, ba 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 ba. I just want to be a sheep, ba 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 ba. And I pray the Lord my soul to keep. I just want to be a sheep, ba 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 ba. Just want to be a sheep, ba 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 ba. So I hope today that whether it is Psalm 23 or another passage of scripture that ties you to those people who have helped to shape your faith and ties you to our God who leads us and cares for us like a shepherd. That those verses are brought to mind for you today, and that you find hope and peace in being one of God's many sheep. Have a great day, everybody, and hope to see you at worship on Sunday at 9 o'clock in the parking lot, 9 o'clock on Facebook, or by 10:30 on YouTube. Have a great weekend, everybody.